Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Dominions 5. We are aboard the God of Revolt in fall, year 5 of the Ascension Wars. This is turn 67. Research and construction is now completed. We are now able to forge unique magic items, which look at that. Adulation successfully empowered himself in fire. And then we have some bone fiends coming in, Haruspex, and Haruspex. We found a growth of fertility, which is just one nature gem. We have cast the King of Elemental Earth. Balrathus answered the spell. And Don't Run has cast Wraithlord. Then this spell. The dispelling of Stellar Focus was successful. Gandalf has cast Auspex but didn't find anything, and no other magic sites were found. Little blood hunting, and then that's it. There was a battle in Shenton. What are we doing here? This is just, right, in case the guard moved away, I moved in a commander just to check, but he stays, because it's the AI, they don't move around once they are sieging. In the below, we are sending in a scout to check if the vampire lord has moved, and no, Rosbart is still staling. This is the turn where I tell Rosbart that, hey dude, if you're staling, go AI. I was sort of maybe being... I think at this point I was like a little bit frustrated that I was fighting a staling player, and he says, oh, I didn't know. So he's now going AI this turn, and then he is out of the game. So GG. And in Minister there will be an angel attack, killing some PD. In Troll Peaks, we have a bird consort and a Wraithlord now working together in unholy matrimony, and they are clearing PD. In Wells Teeth Mountain, we have our Wraithlord moving in with a copper plate, and you already saw it's not going to work, but whatever, we'll send him in. He will be casting Skeletons first, and trying that out, sending some of them forward. We've managed to make him spend some of his gems at least, but that monolith had so many gems. And that's how it goes. So he lasted a little bit longer this time. He had the copper plate for 25 shock resistance, but these guys, they do 23 plus a dice roll, and they managed to still completely wreck our poor guy before he got close to the real core of the matter here. I'm a little bit interested here. None of them have the copper plate at this point in time. I guess we have to check again next battle. But we killed some other archers. So another failed experiment. Well, we will keep trying to work on this. The Green Marshes, we are clearing away the final forces of Shenton here. There's a battle in Portis between Avas and Portis. And indeed they were probably inside the fort. And this is the final, I think, army of Portis. Their guard is here. She who's next, the great enchantress. So she has a chance to redeem herself. Or you could say that Avas has a chance to fail, but look at this, these fire snakes. Decent units they are moving in with and using fire attacks against the Avasians, who all have fire resistance 30. So they couldn't really care less. And here we have some fire drakes gonna be breathing fire, killing everything except the enemies with that. And they're just killing their fellow snakes. So again, oh boy. But they do have, who's casting that? Gifts from Heaven from the Enchantress here. Prison of Fire will do nothing, still Cascades up here. But this spell here, the Gifts from Heaven, is definitely gotta do some work. So they are killing something. I just find it funny that Portis is once again killing his own units. Seems to be inherent to this nation. The friendly fire. Do we get more meteors? They're pretty close to the spellcasters here. A little bit unfortunate that they didn't get to the mages, but they were really close. Are they running away? Oh, they are. Morale is broken. Okay. But now the snakes are broken too. They were really close to the mages, but didn't quite get it. And here's the enchantress. She's running away. She's down to 6 hit points, and she's poisoned, I believe. And she's running through the poison clouds of her allies. And she dies on the finish line from being killed by friendly fire poison. Poor Tis, the nation of friendly fire. And it's a little bit funny. I hope even the player, if you see this, you gotta admit that it's a little bit funny. Anyway, in Asuran, we have a Wraith Lord moving in to kill some Athenians. There's a battle in Kingstone's Desert. So this is Portis attacking a Rosbud. And who will win this? I'm not even sure. I have one commander here. But he's killed. So Portis is routed by the province defense of Rosbud. They had more than just province defense. They lose a little. And then I'm attacking in Kingstone Desert. Let's just see what we have to pick up this lag of. This is never mind. There was an angel. An Iole, another angel killing a bunch of PD and patrollers. And Furia, a white mage with his bone fiends, is killing some PD. And Rosbud we are attacking with an angel killing all the PD. Oh, this is just no PD, just units. So really nice, picking that up. In Rimire, we are being attacked by Athenium. This is our siege against his fort. And this is the final Lamia stack. And we have 3 angels in here. More Skeleton Spammers again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is what I count. And 1 Hydromancer. We have 1 more up here, and I'm the good guy. So a bunch of Skeleton spamming, which is really good against the Lamias, because they are not very killy. They're okay, but they drain life, which they can't do from inanimate creatures. And it's all about just creating a wall of units that will hold them off for long enough while slowly killing them. And the angels will help. I think 2 of them are set to attack rear, and they did. And then 1 of them to fight in the center line, which is Kishin. But here's the real kicker. We only had 1 commander, and it's this guy. He's actually holding his ground against there's 1 angel there against Commanding Bro the Prophet, who I think is pretty weak. No, Dominion penalty -24, and yet he still has 50 hit points. Damn. Now Kishin in here, like the Lamias are pretty good against the angels, so he's in mortal danger. We killed the guy, the 1 commander that was in here. Is this a commander? Oh, it is a commander. Okay, so they have another one. So he's already being attacked. And Kishin is in serious danger. He's been killed once, and he consumed his elixir of life. But he's being attacked from all sides. Now we killed the leader, and they will all break. But as they're breaking, they're still attacking Kishin. And they kill him. But now it's all about how many Lamias can we kill before they get away. And it's actually a little bit unfortunate that we break them like this. I suppose we lose less by having it done this way. But I would have liked to kill more Lamias. Just stay in the fight longer, let the Skeleton Spam kill all the Lamias. Now a lot of them will get away. And they'll flee into the fort, which makes them hard to siege down. Right. So that was in Rimire. We find a lot of items, but a lot of these are from Kishin dying. I think most of them, if not all. They lose 2 leaders. They had a high priest as well, but they had 4 leaders actually, but they all died. Lamias 161, and only a third of them died or so. And we lose 1 Angel of Fury. some bone fiends, cavemen, 40 units in total, which is not that much, but we will not have enough to siege them down inside Rimire here. We took control of the guard coast here, and we're now sitting on top of all of his forts here. And like, I can understand why the player wants to go AI. If he logs into this turn and sees this bullshit here, it would be a little bit frustrating, I can imagine. And there was a battle in Atinium, and we cleared the PD with a Wraith Bolt. Now we get 4 events, and I'm still not sure about this whole event thing, but whatever. An event in Troll Peaks, we get more province income, doesn't really matter. Gems, some people are leaving the Deep Black Sea, and we found a magic site in Shenton. Oh right, I think that's actually pretty damn funny. We found a Hoburg settlement in Shenton. Of all the places, we found a Hoburg settlement in Shenton, right? Isn't that's a little bit poetic. I think that's funny. So we can now recruit horticulturists in Shenton, and we can recruit what's the other one? No, nothing else here, but then here, Hoburg Militia. So we can now recruit hobbits. And yeah, like, it's not worth doing. They are not good compared to other mages. I suppose they're better than the guys I'm recruiting here, so I should stop doing these Deer Tribe Shaman and just start doing Hobbit Horticulturists to get some Nature Mages. So actually for that, they're kind of fine. Now that I think of it, we should have made a lab and a fort in here. And I would like to recruit these 2 types of mages as well, the Shaman and the Witch here, but this is a little bit of a weird spot to start building a fort before the war with Avast, but down here in the Green Marshes we could definitely do it. That's something to consider. Let's finish the messages here. That was in Shenton. I think this is pretty damn funny. I hope he sees this and agrees. We have killed some spies from Atinium. We complete some forts. And of course all of our sieges where we have angels are not getting anywhere. And in Rimire, we have started to destroy. We were getting more progress last turn than we have now. So we've actually regressed in the siege, because now all the army has fled into the siege, and we have less units outside. So we will be doing something about that, though. Don't worry. We are under siege in Shenton, but they cannot harm our walls. They're still just a guard, and lots of sieges not getting anywhere. But we have 2 new famous heroes. So, oh, excuse me. Go away. And we're back. So, sorry about that. We are gonna be moving right on. Right. Stories of Bilbo's the second's brave deeds and his unequaled obesity, which is kind of cool. And he has a ring of regeneration already, so that's pretty cool. And now he has, well, a lot more hit points at the moment. Why do you have lower hit points then? Huh. Not sure, but whatever. And then the other one was Samwise, who now has heroic endurance. So another one of those with the reinvigoration. Maybe worth empowering in some spells later if I find the time for that kind of shenanigans. And then we get a Wraithlord back. Alright, so let's see, what are we doing this turn? No attack on Wealth's Teeth Mountains this turn. We're doing the Forging Skullfire here. We are attacking into Shenton, and I'm coming in here with okay, this is definitely overkill. The Wraithlords are just here because they need to go further on up into Rasbad, but whatever. We move them in here, and then all the angels are coming in, and we will be completely ganging up on this god and getting her out of the way finally. The fortification has been, his barrier is broken, and we will be attacking it with everything we've got, and we send in, I think, another angel as well. No. This is Gundamar coming up there for some reason. But whatever. We will be taking that, and if those two things work out, killing the god and taking Hesperia, then that is the end of Shenton, the nation as a whole, for good. Good. So that's out of the way. We are moving some units on to Aiole here to start sieging that down. Not a lot of commitment, but we are going to have to start sieging those down. In Atinium, we are continually going to be taking the final provinces, and the army we had on Rimire is going to be bouncing over to Atinium because now the army that we fought here came from Atinium. So I'm expecting that now this one is almost empty and we can move in here and take it instead. And we will probably leave behind some Co-Oni, so they have to move out and clear that first, and so on and so forth. So we are going to try to take down Atinium first instead of Rimire. Circumstances has sort of forced us to do it this way. We're moving more units into Iona to cast Twiceborn, and also a Water Mage now, because there's some enchantment spells. We can do Gelatinous Cubes, right? We do Wild Water in here. Let's see, are we doing, yeah, there's not a lot of other things to talk about, so we will be doing crafting and spellcasting, and most importantly of all, you can now do the unique magic artifacts, and the one I want is this one here, the Chalice. It's all it's called, but it's basically the Holy Grail, which you get banishment and you slow down aging, so you don't age anymore, and you can heal 5 afflictions per turn in that same province. But there you will eventually or occasionally have questing knights will come from time to time and seek to wrest it from your hand. So we have to put it, I mean, if we put it on our angels, I'm fine. They're fine. They're going to be okay. I don't think a bunch of knights could kill one of our Wraithlords, our angels. So one of the angels will be flying around and just try to meet up with other angels, and they will heal, and then we will have them be worth more. And once we've healed all the angels, we can start using it for healing other people. I want to show you guys one cool thing. If we go in here and look at this army here, these are the afflictions for this army, and look at this Moose Knight here. This Moose Knight is weakened, has battle fright, chest wound, never healing wound, lost 2 eyes and lost 1 arm. Like, he's so crippled. He's not completely worth it, but look at his attack here. He's blind, lost an eye, and lost the other eye as well. So he can almost do nothing, but he still has regeneration, and he's been in so many battles. Has 32 kills. I don't know. He's cursed. He's not in a good spot. I would like to heal him up, like that's one of the things. We also have like a guy here who's lost an eye and is mute, so he's lost some magic powers. We would like to heal him. But the angels first for sure. But Gelimer can do that because we have empowered him and giving him all these items, and now he will be forging that thing. So that's pretty damn cool. And then, let's see, nothing else here. Nothing specific here. In Iona, we're doing Twiceborn and building the fortress up. Nothing else here. We can only, there's limited, you can actually see that here. I don't know that I've ever showed this before. And then it isn't shown here, but there's a limited artifact creation on. It's on so that you can only forge one unique artifact per turn. This turn it will be the chalice, and then we'll find one we can do every turn. But of course that's the one I want to start with. And I don't believe I've ever shown this, but it's pretty standard settings all around. Twiceborn, no crafting here, no crafting there. We're doing Forge Boost of Quickness, Sword of Swiftness, Robe of the Sea, Water Lens. We're casting Blind Bone Fiends here, Red Dragon Helmet, Red Dragon Scale Mail, excuse me. And anything else? Shadowbrand in here, just a nice sword and a Girdle of Might. We still have a large amount of different magic items, even a Dwarven Hammer that we aren't using, which is a shame. In Laria, we have Barathas now, the king of deeper earth, and he's a cool guy. He gives us earth gems every turn. He gives us, well, he has healing, regeneration, and a high HP pool. All around a solid guy with earth level 5. Unfortunately, he cannot have the boots, so we can't make him earth 6, but we now have another earth 5 dude. Well, he's only earth 4, of course, but he can have the boots. And I don't have the misc slot item that can boost earth, unfortunately. I think it's a misc slot item, but I'm not sure. But he's cool. And he has a special ability that he can summon allies. So we're going to be trying that out. And we are forging a School of Fire here, like I said, and a Wraithwort, so we can now boost fire. Forge Axe of Sharpness, Revive Whites. We're just going to be doing that now because we have so many death gems and just spend them on something. Doing it in Laria makes sense. Earth Attack at Wealth Teeth Mountains, which will make a huge Earth Elemental that will attack a commander in Wealth Teeth Mountains. I'm kind of hoping it'll attack the monolith, and it might have a chance of doing something to the monolith, but otherwise it's also a conjuration spell, so it's cheaper in here. I'm just doing it because I thought it would be fun. Power Specs cast in the sun, because I don't know why we're doing this one, honestly. There's not going to be a lot of undeaths going forward. And then Heavenly Wrath, so we are doing an angel as well. Ring Gate, anything here? No. And over here we have Forged Lightning Spear, which is also a shock resistance thing, so more of that. And Gandalf is now moving because he can't cast Auspex here anymore. Casting Haruspex, casting Gnome Lore now, just because I felt like it. Haruspex again. I think that's sort of all the items and spells being crafted and cast. And then that's sort of it. No other exciting things going on. We're killing a god. We're killing Shenton as a whole with clearing out Atinium. We're still dancing around here with Atinium. And I think we are now moving out a big force from Grain Gate here, because now we don't need all the researchers anymore. This is sort of the mage force that I wanted to move up towards Rasbat to start really doing some work on him. The main problem with this kind of army that we have a lot of, by the way, is that we can't siege forts with this kind of army. That's just it doesn't have any siege power. So that's something I'll be working on soonish. Let's check the score graphs. Provinces is still rising, and from the breaking point that we had earlier, we're now way out of the line here. And forts is rising. Income is still skyrocketing, so getting really good. And gem income is also still rising. Research actually increased a little bit, but it will be going the other way now, because we'll be sending out mages in Dominion. Bounced up and down, interesting. And army size is at the same point that we've been at before. Something we should look at is, of course, research, and I think I have talked about this earlier, but I was going for Blood Magic 7, then I diverted because of the Construction 8 thing, but now we're going back into Blood Magic 7 so we can get our vampires running with all the blood slave we set up, and then the Alteration 6 will give us a fair few different things that we can do. So I'll go through them here, like Blindness and Frozen Heart is both fine. Wave Warriors is really nice, and we have lots of level 3 water mages, so this would be an easy one to cast. And this gives liquid body to a bunch of soldiers, which is nice. Iron Bane, I actually don't know what that one does. So you weaken the armor of all soldiers on the match, will rust and become weakened. Cool, that's pretty good against Rustbard actually. Iron Peaks? Sounds silly. Anyway, Petrify. I guess we can do this one actually. Nice. And Crumble is really cool. Crumble is something that we could use to take down forts pretty quickly. It takes Earth 5, of which we're doing those Kings of Elemental Earth now, and then this will be pretty good to siege down forts really quickly. It takes out 250 points of damage from a province as a base, and then for each skill level beyond that, 25 more. We will be doing 250 damage, but that's still a lot. So that would be nice for the final war. Control is not really something we'll be doing, but Soul Vortex for our Wraith Lords, and we can definitely do the Skeletal Legion, which is not that interesting, but what else was I going for? Maybe it was primarily Crumble and Soul Vortex. I think I wanted to get up. Frozen Heart is a nice attack spell as well, and Wave Warriors is good. So that's sort of it. And we can look at Bone Grinding. We would not be able to cast it, so that's silly. Creeping Doom is really, really good, and Mass Protection 2. Marble Warriors would be something we could cast, and Iron Walls as well. So we might go to Alteration level 7 after, but there's some other things that would be cool, like Enchantment 7 and stuff. We'll have a look at that when it comes around. Now I think I've covered everything? Question mark? No messages being sent and nothing coming in. There's not a lot of diplomacy to do at this point. We have had the contact with Avast that we needed to do, and now we just need to wait for it to unlock. This about half a year from this date, so in turn 73 stuff will be happening, and yeah, in the meantime we'll be trying to do as much harm to Rustbard as we can. Primarily I want to go for the thrones. And what are we doing down here in Atinium? Not anything specific yet. We're not even trying to clear World Teeth Mountain this turn. But I think I'm forging some items at least that will help with that kind of thing. We're preaching here, we're building temple in here. So I'm doing a lot to push my dominion against Avast at least. And we'll be taking this out at Shenton this turn. I've talked about all the things now. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.